OJK has been intensively promoting Sharia-compliant product and service in Indonesian market, invigorated by the launching of the national campaign Aku Cinta Keuangan Syariah, inaugurated by the President of the Republic of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, in 2015. OJK, as the regulator of financial industries in Indonesia, actively undertake various Sharia Finance or Islamic Finance activities, such as Islamic Banking or IB Vaganza, Sharia Finance education program designed for promoting Islamic communities and radio talk show, digital and print publication, as well as education program targeting public at large, specifically Indonesia blogger communities. OJK will officially launch the roadmap of Sharia Finance in Indonesia as a guidance for integrated development of Sharia Finance in Indonesia, covering Sharia Banking, Sharia Capital Market, and Sharia NBFIs. To promote the development of Islamic finance in Indonesia, OJK has been collaborating with so many international counterparts. One of them is IDB, Islamic Development Bank. What is IDB and how does IDB support the development of Islamic finance in Indonesia? This is my exclusive interview with the Operation Portfolio Manager, IDB Country Gateway Office, Indonesia. Yeah, so here with me, the Operation Portfolio Manager, IDB Country Gateway Office, Indonesia, Dr. Ishthiaq Akbar. Thank you for having us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so could you please describe how does IDB support the development of Islamic finance in Indonesia through its work?
Okay. So first of all, I'd like to, on behalf of the Islamic Development Bank Group, thank the OJK for giving us the opportunity to talk about the Islamic finance services sector in Indonesia and provide our perspective on OJK TV. The bulk of our financing has been in project finance and trade finance because those were the main areas of intervention of the Islamic Development Bank. But equally importantly, we have been supporting the government in the issuance of its government sukuk. And we have invested over $1 billion in the government sukuk over the years, and we will continue to support the government efforts in the capital markets as well. Not taking away from the importance of corporate finance and project finance, we have been active in the soft side of the Islamic finance sector development as well. We have been working on several capacity building and training initiatives with many local stakeholders in the country, and we will continue to do so over the coming years as well. We've been involved in many research and technical advisory activities with many of the key national institutions such as OJK, Bank Indonesia, Ministry of Finance, Bappenas. And I just want to also highlight the role that we played in the development of the National Islamic Finance Master Plan or Roadmap. And one of the quick wins of that was the establishment of the National Islamic Finance Committee under the leadership of His Excellency President Joko recently. So we've been very active, and we hope to continue to bring all our products and services for the support of the Islamic finance sector in Indonesia.
Well, there's a lot of support that have been given to Indonesia, I understand. But I wonder, how about the marketing, how you market and promote the Sharia products and services in Indonesia? What are the international best practice and proven method, especially in the non-Muslim countries?
That's a great question, but before I answer that, I just want to give an idea of the scale and the growth of Islamic finance globally. The current estimates indicate that there's around $2.1 trillion worth of Islamic finance assets globally. Now that's not large when it comes to compared to conventional assets, but what's important is the growth rate. The growth rate has been phenomenal globally. There's been double digit in all the countries that have been using Islamic finance, and it's only expected to grow. So the question is how to effectively market that so you can get a better market segment. I think one of the more proven methods that we've come across in other member countries is how you sensitize and bring in the knowledge and the information to the consumers. And for that, we feel that it's best to go to the underlying fundamentals of Islamic finance. As you know, Islamic finance or Sharia finance is usually referred to as ethical finance as well. So that coupled with the other principle that there is a prohibition of speculation means that there's an inherent stability and security built into Islamic finance. Another aspect that you can think about is the perception that Islamic finance is complicated or difficult to deal with, right? A lot of people think that it's too cumbersome, it has to be through many documents and there has to be a lot of jargon that goes into it. But that can be true from an underlying perspective of structuring the transaction. But when it comes to the consumer, I think the key that has happened in other countries is to keep it simple and to keep it to the fundamentals that we just went through a little while ago. So if that is there, then the consumer feels comfortable to accept that product. And another thing that we've noticed in practice around the world is proving by example. And here I'd like to bring up the example of Islamic bonds or sukuks. When it started off, it was in a very few number of Muslim countries. But now you can see how well it has grown. The uptake has been tremendous. So the idea here is to prove by example and through that to simplify the process so that the consumer feels easy and comfortable in moving into Islamic finance. So OJK has been doing a great job in making the environment and the regulatory and policy framework more attractive, and I think it should continue to do that, work with all the other national institutions to achieve that. And that can be a key factor from a macro perspective in having an effective drive to bring in more Islamic finance and products and services to the country. So yeah, it should be a whole array of approaches that should be mobilized in order to make Islamic finance or Sharia finance products.
Of course, and we have to strengthen our collaboration between OJK and IDB in the future. So the number of the Islamic finance in Indonesia will keep growing.
Yes, and I hope it continues to grow, and we are confident that it will get stronger and more enhanced over the years as well.
Hopefully. Thank you very much, Mr. Ishthiaq Akbar, for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And
thank you very much for watching OJK Dialogue today. Bye for now.